Salutations, viewers, and welcome to AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Tonight, we have a girls and boys doubleheader. The girls just unfortunately lost. Let's see if the boys can redeem him. Johnston taking on Ames tonight for your entertainment. Hi, everybody. Carter White alongside Ryan Eggert reporting live. Johnston comes into this 9-7. Ames comes into this 8-9. Ames is preparing to face a team who is pretty much in the same position that they're in, trying to get as many wins as possible, with Johnston holding on to a winning record and Ames looking to equate the amount of wins and losses they have. Similar to last game, statistics with these two teams are pretty similar, so we should be looking at a good game, and perhaps Ames' first win against Johnston in 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years is a long time to go against a team without a win, and it kind of shows a sign of dominance by Johnston. But you know what? The way that they played against Roosevelt in the fourth quarter really showed their brilliance. And I think if they're able to bring that same level of intensity early into the game against Johnston, they can come out of here with a win and head into the weekend knowing that they have 2 games left and they can have a good chance to stay above 500, to get above 500 rather.
Looking at the matchups, Johnston is overall the better team in this game. They have 5 players with at least 100 points, while Ames has just 3. If Ames wants to win tonight, it's going to need to be a team effort to pull it off against the Dragons.
Yeah, I think what we're going to need to see is Keyshawn getting himself a lot of points. Phillips has to be aggressive under the basket. DeLisi has to be really good from outside. Strawhacker needs to be another man who can have a duo of scoring and rebounding. And you know, Cooper Downs, he's the guy who kind of controls the pace for Ames. You know, and if he's gonna go at an intense pace, everybody else is gonna follow him. And you know, that level of leadership is gonna be needed to defeat such a good Dragons team.
And with that, your starters and tip-off coming up right after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. Johnston and Ames about to face off boys basketball. Let's meet your starters. First for the Dragons, head coached by Brian Frick. A sophomore, number 3, Trey Lewis. A senior, number 10, Garrett Miller. A junior, number 14, Reed Grant. A senior, number 30, Johnny Leff. And a junior, number 40, Max Rockheat. And now for the Ames High Little Cyclones, head coached by Vance Downs. A senior number 22, Cooper Downs. A junior number 30, Keyshawn Brooks. A senior number 32, Jamison DeLisi. A senior number 34, Jonah Strawhacker. And a sophomore number 52, Corey Phillips. We're about ready for some basketball. Ames looking for their first win against Johnston in 5 years since the era of the late but great Javen White. Even though they took a hard 67-40 loss at Johnston earlier this season, or might have been 47-60, I think Ames has the tools they need to really win this game tonight.
Yep. Forget everything that happened the first time they played and be aggressive and go out there and win the ball. And I think you'll be set on your way for a victory tonight.
Rockheat and Phillips in the toss-up, and this ball game is underway. Johnston starts out with it. It's Grant at the top of the key. Rockheat, Lewis, almost double-teamed by Phillips and Downs. Underneath, that's Rockheat. Can't lay it in off the glass. Rebound taken by Strawhacker. Great job staying with it by Strawhacker. 7.5 to play in the first. Downs in the corner. Now to Phillips at the top of the key. Defended by the other big man, 6'6" Rockheat. Strawhacker at the left wing. And that is Phillips who, they'll call a blocking foul as Phillips misses the shot. He'll go to the line. First foul of the game.
2 shots for Corey Phillips.
With 2 shots for Corey Phillips. Phillips can be dangerous, 61.8% from the line as he makes his first one, 7:14 to play in the first. And second one's good as well. Big man hits both of his shots, and he's going to need to hit a lot more tonight for Ames to win.
Yes, he will. And we saw just how well he did from the line against Roosevelt, in which Ames was able to pull out a victory there.
At the left wing, it's Grant. Now at the top of the key, Lewis. Grant again. Inside, Rockheat. Can't lay it in. The great defensive Phillips pays off. Phillips at the top of the key finds Brooks. With 6:40 to play in the first. Brooks to Phillips. Still at the top of the key. Now it's Strawhacker at the right wing. Almost pushed Rockheat. Could have been called if he wasn't careful. Phillips with just under 6.5 to play in the first. Downs, corner 3, no. Rebound by Rockheat. Seems like Miller and Rockheat couldn't decide who was going to get the rebound.
Nope. Didn't matter. Johnston kept the ball anyways, and now they're going to look to. It looks like Phillips apparently fouled him. That's what the refs are saying.
They're going to call that foul on Brooks.
Oh, they called it on Brooks instead. My bad.
Grant inbounds to Rockheat. Now pass to Leth. On the outside, now it's Miller, drives for the hole and can't lay it in. Rockheat redeems him and ties the game at 2 apiece with 6 minutes to play in the first. Now a pass to Brooks. Strawhacker in the corner. Pass to Brooks, left wing, yes! Great three-pointer by Brooks that time. Brooks, a dangerous man who Johnston's going to have to put a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, they're going to have to give him no separation from the defense to stop Brooks. And no, he's just been really good this season on all aspects of the game.
Oh, Strawhacker tried to get a pass from Phillips. Now Miller out of bounds. And the ball will go the other way as a result. 5:09 to play in the first, and it's 5-2. Downs and the Little Cyclones take quite the lead here if they play their cards right. Now it's Phillips in the baseline, almost lost the ball inside the paint. Now can't lay it in off the glass. Strawhacker tries to redeem him, and a foul is called. They're going to call that one on Miller. It's 2 for Johnston. And now Lute Woodley, number 12, about to check in, a senior, about to check in for the Dragons as Brooks misses a wide open 3.
Granted, it did rim out, so I think that's not a total bad thing.
Lewis in the corner, now in the baseline, fouled on his way to the hole. That'll send him to the line. Little flashback down memory lane. Lute Woodley, about a year and 2 months ago, hit the game-winning shot with 4.6 seconds to play in the game to put Johnston up 43-42. Casey Mumm drove for the hole the other way, wasn't able to lay it in. What a fantastic game that was. That's Breeze Proctor, number 22, who checks in as the second one makes it for Lewis. 4:20 to play in the first. Ball is almost stolen. They'll call a jump ball. Possession arrow gives it to Ames. With 4:17 to play in the first. Close game so far.
It has been a close game. You know, largest lead for either team's been 3 points by Ames, and I think they've got to find a way to somewhat extend that lead here early.
Brooks at the right wing with 4 minutes to play in the first. DeLisi to Downs. Strawhacker takes a three-pointer. No.
Not even.
Ball will be given to the Dragons as a result of that, and it's 3:48 to play in the first. This ball will go the other way. Here's Grant with the ball at the left wing. To Lewis. Grant again. Corner 3 by Woodley. No. Here's Downs, a pass to Brooks. Brooks at the baseline. He's defended by Proctor, and a foul is called. Offensive foul.
No, it looks like they got the defense.
They actually will call Proctor for that. Oh, I thought he was clapping his hands in celebration. He was clapping his hands in disappointment. That doesn't usually happen, and there's Phillips underneath. Easy layup by Phillips, and it's 7-3, 3:15 to play in the first. Here's Grant at the top of the key, nearly double-teamed. Proctor in the corner to Grant. Back out to Lewis. Woodley. Grant again in the corner. Grant driving for the hole, puts it up inside the paint and lays it in. 7-5 with 2:54 to play in the first. Excellent ball movement on that play by the Dragons.
Ames has just as good ball movement here. But, you know, Johnston, they got to find every separation they can get to get shots off here. And that's going to help them potentially win tonight's game.
Downs to DeLisi, to Brooks. DeLisi takes a right wing 3. No good off the back of the rim. Three-pointer by Lewis. It's no good. Foul is called. Ball will go the other way. Lewis almost gave the Dragons their first lead of the game.
Yeah, that was almost in. It hit the back iron, then the front iron, the backboard, and did not go down. Very close.
Junior number 12, Sam Burton, checks into the Ames lineup. And Stephen Kramer, a sophomore guard, number 15, checks in for the Dragons. With 2 minutes to play in the first, Ames has a 7-5 lead, and they have the ball. It's Brooks playing hot potato with Downs. And they're still going at it. Finally, Strawhacker in the corner. Now back out to Vertinen. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay in the hands of Ames.
You would think playing hot potato, that potato would have burned already.
The out of bounds gives it some time to cool down, that's for sure.
Yes, it does. I don't know how potatoes taste burned, but I'm not sure I want to know.
Pass to Woodley. Lewis. Now Grant inside to Proctor, who lays it in for the tie. 7 apiece with just under a minute and a half to play in the first. Downs defended well by Kramer. Strawhacker to Downs. Top of the key three is no good off the top of the rim. Grant takes it the other way for the Dragons. With just a minute to play in the first, Grant. Woodley for three. No. And Kramer quickly comes up with it. Lewis, now to Kramer again. Corner three by Kramer. No. Lewis the rebound. 2 offensive rebounds in a row for the Dragons. Able to keep their play.
They got Proctor again for foul number 2 now.
With just 35 seconds to play in what seems like a very long first quarter, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, we're still in the first quarter. Jeez.
Vertinen can't hit the three-pointer. Rebound taken by Grant. With 20 seconds to play in the first, Lewis. Oh, the ball is stolen. Downs take it the other way for the little Cyclones. Quickly drives for the hole and lays it in. 9-7 with 10 seconds to play in the first. Three-pointer by Lewis is no good. Time expires in the first quarter as it's 9-7. We have a tight one, folks. We'll see how tight it can remain after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. We're just about ready to start the second quarter. It's 9-7 as of right now. And we have a tight game so far.
Yeah, we do have a tight game, and I think that if it stays this tight, the end score is going to be determined by no more than 5 points. And with the way that we've seen Phillips being aggressive on the defensive and offensive glass, and Downs' aggressive pace, I think we're set for a good game.
That is Carter Kriegel, number 4, who checks into the Johnston lineup, a sophomore guard. Number 4. Johnston ties the game right back up. 9-9. With just about 7.5 to play in the second. Ball is almost stolen, at least deflected by Kramer. Or Grant, rather. Downs, DeLisi almost took a wide open three-pointer, decided not to. And a foul is called. 7:15 to play in the second. They're going to get Grant, is that? Yes. That's 2 for him. It seems like with the contributions he's had, really would be a player that you wouldn't like to not have for Johnston.
Yeah. You know, you got to have the big guys, and they being Johnston, they have a lot bigger people than Ames, but I think if Ames can work the small ball all game to perfection, they'll have a very good chance to win.
Three-pointer by Brooks is good. Keyshawn Brooks, the man who always knows how to come in clutch. 6:50 to play in the second. Ball's in the hands of Kriegel. Grant almost took a three-pointer. Grant for three, good! Johnston strikes right back and ties it up at 12 apiece with 6.5 to play in the second. Great response there by Grant to silence the crowd. DeLisi strikes right back, 15 to 12. Grant inside. The shot is missed by Rocky with 6 minutes to play in the second. Kick ball, it's gonna keep the ball in the hands of Ames, and wonder what Ames is gonna do on this possession. What do you do in this situation?
Test the three again. DeLisi wanted to pull the trigger there.
And decided not to.
Well, get him, he's open there. Get it back to DeLisi. Look at how open he is.
As they get it to Phillips. Wide open. Cooper Downs can't finish in the corner with just under 5.5 to play in the second. Grant at the right wing. Underneath, Rocky finds Woodley. He'll take a corner three. That's no good. Phillips the rebound. 5:15 to play in the second. And now, the ball is stolen. Woodley comes up with it. And now it's Kramer fouled on his way to the hole.
They're going to get Downs, I think, on the initial foul.
I can see that. They were all over him.
Fans wanted to travel. They got a good case for it, but they're not going to get it.
Johnny Leth in for the Dragons and Jay Rathy in for the Little Cyclones. 5:04 to play in the second. Deep pass to Grant with 5 minutes to play in the second. Grant, Woodley, he'll take a three-pointer again. It'll go in and out. And the ball is being fought for aggressively. Downs came up with it, and I could have sworn it was off of Downs' last. Yep, they changed the call. Ames can't believe it, but I saw with my own two eyes that was off Downs.
It was kind of a self-inflicted turnover there. Downs and Brooks ran into each other, and it went off of Downs' leg.
Ames was not happy with that call. The ref quickly changed his mind. Grant, three-pointer by Kramer is no good. Downs the rebound with 4.5 to play in the second. Low-scoring game so far. Just like the last time these two teams met in this exact place. Final score of just 43 to 42. I think we could be looking at that type of a game here again.
Yeah, unless we have an outbreak of scoring, we could be seeing one that's potentially decided in the last few minutes of this game.
A 5-point lead for Ames. Woodley almost tried another corner three. He's been trying a lot of those, and Kramer can't lay it in. That is out of bounds. Kramer had his feet on the line. Lewis will check into the Dragons lineup. It's 3:53 to play in the second. It's Downs who finds DeLisi. Rathi at the right wing. Downs back to DeLisi. 3:40 to play in the second. Brooks in the corner. Tough defense by Johnston.
Yeah, they're playing really good defense here, but, you know, double teaming always leaves somebody open.
Great rebound and put back by Phillips, who makes it 19-12 with 3:20 to play in the second. Here's Grant. Grant. That's inside. A foul is called on Phillips. Left went up for it.
That's a judgment call that has to be made in the moment. And, you know, regardless, I don't think he's going to pick up too many more fouls that will be a problem. But, you know, he definitely had that one blocked if it wasn't called a foul.
Left gets his first bucket of the night. It's now 19-13 with 3:10 to play in the second. Second one goes down as well. It's a 5-point game with 3:10 to play. Rocky back into the Johnston lineup. 3:10 to play in the second. Phillips will inbound to Downs as Ames will have the ball. DeLisi to Brooks. Corner three under pressure, no good. Brooks gets his own rebound, puts it back up, but no good. And they are gonna say it went out of bounds off of Johnston. Two missed opportunities there, though, to score by Ames.
Yes. And I don't think I've ever seen somebody as aggressive there as Brooks was, getting his own rebound from a missed three. Pretty rare you see those.
DeLisi takes it way outside the arch. 2:53 to play in the second. Phillips underneath out to Rathi. Top of the key three. No good. Rebound's going to be taken by Kramer. 2.5 to play in the second, and the ball will go the other way. Lewis to Kramer again. Kramer drives for the hole. Grant fouled.
They're going to
Ball will
get
stay in the
Brooks on a push. That's number 2 for Brooks.
2:27 to play in the second. And a second foul is called on Brooks. Johnston keeps the ball. Kramer at the left wing. 2:20 to play. Rocky at the baseline. Teardrop is good. To make it a 3-point game at 19-16 with 2:11 to play in the second. Downs to DeLisi. Back to Downs. Downs to DeLisi again at the right wing. No look pass to Brooks in the corner. Now DeLisi is double teamed. DeLisi, oh, way too strong on that pass from Downs.
I mean, Downs is a football quarterback, but we're inside the on the basketball court here, buddy. A little friendly reminder from your boys up here.
Just about to say, he might need a reminder that he's not in a helmet and pads anymore. 1:47 to play in the second. Here's Miller. Ball is stolen. Ames comes up with it with 1.5 to play in the second. Downs to DeLisi, back to Downs. 1:25 to play in the second as a timeout is taken by the Little Cyclones. And we'll take a break as well. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks, with 1:25 to play in the second. 19-16 is the score. And Ames and the Little Cyclones will attempt to keep their lead going as Brooks is fouled. They are going to call that one on Lewis. That's going to make it his first. Brooks, the man you don't want to have at the line, 80.4% from the line.
1 and 1 for Brooks.
Brooks shoots 1 and 1 from the line. First one is good, as it can be expected of him. For being someone who really didn't see much playing time last year, he really has come out and led this team.
Yeah, he's been very aggressive. We've seen it on countless occasions with the baseball pass, especially just how he got that separation as he misses a second free throw. But regardless, I think Brooks is going to be an even better player next year. He's going to be the one who's going to guide that team to the state tournament, I think, if he can find the perfect mixture of players.
And Kramer makes it a 2-point game, 20-18, 55 seconds to play in the second. And here's Downs with the ball. Downs double team, finds Strawhacker. Phillips lays it in off the glass. 45 seconds to play in the second. Here's Grant with just 38 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Leth, finds Kramer quickly. Three-pointer is no good. And neither is Kramer's teardrop. Inside the paint, foul is called, ball will go the other way. Who did they get for that? I think that was Rocky. 24.1 seconds to play in the second. Junior number 44, Patrick Craffle, into the Ames lineup. Downs 1-and-1 opportunity. First one is missed. Johnston with the opportunity with just 20 seconds to play in the first half. A chance to have the last points of the first half. Kramer's taking his time.
Yeah, you gotta go at about 5 seconds here.
Three-pointer by Rocky. The big man can't make the three-pointer. And nobody would get off another bucket. And at halftime, it's 22-18. Ames leads over Johnston. A closer game than when they had to go play Johnston. And with that, we will take a break and be right back with the second half of this game. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube.
Only
And welcome back into it, folks. As we approach the end of halftime, I'd like to remind you of the Ames High production of the musical Music Man. If you're watching this broadcast right now, you are currently missing the first showing of it, as it is tonight at 7:30 p.m. But fear not, 2 more showings will happen of this production tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. and this Sunday at 2 p.m. in the AHS Auditorium. 9th grade and older, $10 at the door. 8th grade and younger, $8 at the door. Ames High presents The Music Man. Come out and support the music and drama department of Ames High. But now let's talk about what we're here to actually talk about, and that's this game, which has so far been quite close. We have a score of 22-18, Ames on top of Johnston as we head into the second half of this matchup. And I think so far, Ames has been putting on a better show than they did when they had to visit Johnston.
Yeah, you know, considering the way that Johnston had their lockdown defense, you know, Ames was able to find a little bit more separation and when it was available, and it was not available very often. And I think Phillips is doing a great job of rebounding on the post, both offensive and defensive. So I think if he continues to do that, if we continue to see points from Brooks and threes from DeLisi, that Ames has a very solid chance of winning tonight's game.
And a reminder, it would be Ames' first win against Johnston in 5 years. They've come very close many times, but unfortunately, they were never able to pull it off. But now, if tonight's game goes in their favor, then they will come out on top, and I think they have a good chance at it.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, if they're able to extend the lead, I'd say probably 7 points is a good buffer at the end of the quarter. That's going to be difficult considering the height advantage of Johnston. They've got 2 guys that are at least 6'6", and probably about 7 more that are at least 6'2". And, you know, Phillips is the only big man in there. But regardless, if they can play the small ball well, like we mentioned before, they can win this game.
Lots of tall people on this squad. Ames starts out with it. Downs for 3. Yes, sir! What a way to start the second half.
Yeah, that's exactly what Ames needed, and I think it's exactly what Downs needed. He hasn't been hitting threes much in this game, and I think that just boosted his confidence.
Fast ball movement by the Dragons. Rocky underneath. Phillips, they'll call a jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it with Johnston.
I was surprised that he didn't spin to his right and go up for a shot there. He was right under the basket.
I think that's what he should have done too. Here's Rocky. Left on the outside with 7:20 to play in the third. Now Grant, teardrop, no good, rolls around and misses. They'll call a foul. It'll be on Ames. Johnston keeps the ball. They got Strawhacker for that one. That's just his first. Rocky to left. Rocky underneath, counted and the foul. Just what you needed if you're Johnston.
Yep. Just need a confidence booster, you know, after giving up that early 3. You just need something to be able to reel Ames back in.
However, if you want to, as Rocky misses the shot from the line and the 3-pointer is no good, attempted by Miller, if there's any way you want to attack Johnston, it's by getting them to the foul line. They are an overall 55% from the line.
Yeah.
The Ames already has a higher average. It's 64.5 as Phillips lays it in underneath, 27-20. Just like you said, what they needed, partner, a 7-point lead. Underneath Grant. Three-pointer by Leth is good. That's just what Johnston needs to do, keep the momentum of Ames down.
Yeah. I think also if you're Ames, if you get Johnston to the foul line, it's good because they can only get potentially 2 points or 3 points out of it. As Phillips almost had that one go for an and-one situation. But like we mentioned before, Johnston, if they're at the line, you're only making 1 out of 2 shots most of the time. And I think that's where Ames excels. You know, Phillips is a much better free throw shooter than he's been all season, and you know, he's the main reason why they're getting these good leads in the third quarter. He's getting to the line.
6:11 to go in the third. Second one makes it. It's a 6-point game. Kramer checks into the Johnston lineup. Johnston in need of a score. It's at 6:07 to play in the third. Outside, Grant for three. No, in and out. Almost went in. Almost went in. Just you don't get the shot sometimes.
Yeah. Ames is having a few more shots go down than Johnston is from the three-point line so far. Overall, DeLisi's been very good this season, but I think if you can find a way to get him open, you can get some more points from him. He's only got 3. He should have about 9 or 10 right now with the way he's been playing. Very good.
Lewis to the corner. Kramer for three. No. More missed threes as a foul is called on Downs. Number 22 fouls number 22. Actually, they're going to get Phillips. My bad. That's 2 for Phillips. Not in foul trouble yet, but he really is a player. Oh, now they have him in foul trouble. And 1 for Leth. And
two fouls in the span of about 2 seconds there, but you know that changes how Johnston attacks Phillips now. They're going to want to go after him, get him to foul out.
Leth gets that one to drop. He actually shoots 80% from the line. Definitely one of the better free throw shooters on the Johnston squad. Just 5 minutes to play in the third. Downs in the corner. DeLisi for a 6-point lead. No. And the rebound's taken by Kramer with 4:52 to play in the third. Here's Grant. Now Kramer drives for the hole. They'll call a charge foul. That was the right call in my opinion.
Yeah, he had himself planted. I think it was that either Phillips or Brooks down there was at himself planted, had his feet out, had his feet planted. They weren't in what they use in college in the NBA, in the arc. They don't have that here in the high school level, but no, right call there. Although the referees have made some unfavorable calls to Ames.
4.5 to play in the third. Oh, the ball goes out of bounds off of Brooks' hands. Tried to save it. Just didn't work out for him very well. And the timeout is taken. With 4:27 to play in the third, Johnston with a chance to tie or put it at just 1 with 4:27 to play in the third. When we return, keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. 4:27 to play in the third. It's 29-26. And Johnston has a chance to either tie the game or put it within 1. Put it at a 1-point game, rather. Ball is stolen by Phillips. That happened too easy.
Yeah. They got to strengthen up their offensive ball protection. Johnston does.
Oh!
Wow.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either. I thought that was a clean block.
It gives Leth his first.
Foul is on left. Corey Phillips.
Can't say I agree with that call, though, and Phillips will shoot 2 from the line. First one makes it. Phillips so perfect with his free throws.
Yeah, he's done really well this season.
And it's a 5-point game.
Nothing but net. You know, it's one of his better aspects of the game, but he still can attack the post very well. He's got 16 points tonight. What an effort.
3:50 to play in the third. Kickball violation. That's going to be on Brooks.
No foul assessed to him.
With 3:49 to play in the third. And Grant has the ball to Lewis in the corner. Back to Grant, top of the key. Lewis, he'll take a three-pointer. Good. 31 to 29. 3:36 to play in the third. And it's a 2-point game. Downs gets the ball stolen by Oh, and he missed the layup. Johnston wants a foul. No foul was called. Strawhacker. And a foul will be called on Johnston instead. They'll get Proctor for that one.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be called a foul as Proctor is assessed his third foul, but that was a nice job by Downs to recover from his error there.
Downs inbounds. Strawhacker. 3:16 to play in the third. Downs at center circle, taking his time. Tried to drop Lewis. Unsuccessful. Phillips practically double teamed. Can't lay it in. Off the top of the rim. That should give 4 to Proctor.
Wow, they're going to give Proctor his fourth foul? Wow. Now you got to be really careful with Proctor here. He scores about 5.6 points per game. And he's 38% from the field, 30% from 3, and 44% from the line. Quite good. Eddie's got a good amount of rebounds, as I believe he missed that second one, as Phillips missed that second one. Can't afford to have anybody foul out. You need everybody you can get.
Phillips has 17 of the 32 points that Ames has. What a contribute. 2.5 to play in the third. Now just 2:25 to play in the third. Downs, Strawhacker. Ball is lost. And Lewis comes up with the steal. Lewis driving for the hole. Woodley for the tie. No good. In and out. Woodley, no points tonight. Many three-pointers attempted, though.
Yeah, he's had just one of them is going to go down, and who knows, it might be another winning shot. Could be deja vu all over again.
He only shoots 30.9% from outside the arch. 1:40 to play in the third. Strawhacker to Downs at the left wing. Back to Phillips. 1.5 to play in the third. Phillips out to Downs. Travel is called. The ball will go the other way. And now, if you're Johnston, a three-pointer would be nice. Maybe not from Woodley, though. Maybe so, though. Maybe he'll make it. Lewis for 3, and the tie bounces around. No good. Rebounds taken And put back up and in by Kramer. Timeout is taken. It's a 1-point game with 1:10 to play in the third, and we'll take a quick break. Keep right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. 1:10 to play in the third. It's 32-31. Ames still in front. Johnston has not led this game in the second half yet. Depending on how things go in this final minute of the third, that could change very quickly.
Yes, I think for Johnston, you want to keep this game within 3 points. And the way that they've been rebounding lately is a good sign of them preventing Ames from scoring.
Lewis for three. Johnston is in front again. 34-32. 40 seconds to play in the third. Ames is going to try and take their lead back right here.
That's the first time that they've led in a long time.
It seems like it, yeah. DeLisi, just under 30 seconds to play in the third. Brooks was going to drive for the hole. He was double teamed. Met right where he was at. Strawhacker. Oh! The ball bounced around and did not go in. Now just 10 seconds to play in the third. Kramer to Grant. Woodley, Grant again. And a foul is called. They're going to get DeLisi on that one. That's his first.
Well, if we look at Ames' foul trouble, you got Cooper Downs with 3 and Phillips with 3. Although it's probably not a huge issue right now. Later in the game.
Whoa!
Wow, that was from a long ways away. Holy Moses.
Practically right at the buzzer. Stephen Kramer from way downtown. And it's a 5-point lead for Johnston as we're about to head into the fourth quarter. But as we head into the fourth quarter, we'd like to remind you of a special event coming up very soon for the Ames High Band program. Do you need to replace a bed in your home? Now is the time. The Ames High Band is hosting a one-day mattress sale at Ames High School on Saturday, February 2nd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There will be over 30 name brand models on display for you to try. All beds are brand new, made to order, available in all sizes, and come with factory warranties. There will also be pillows, sheets, mattress protectors, frames, and even adjustable bases available as well. Delivery and haul away are available. Best of all, prices are less than retail stores. The Ames High Band Mattress Fundraiser. And now let's talk about this game. Johnston is coming back, but I think that Ames probably is going to put some points up early.
Yeah, they're going to need to forge something in here to build off of for this fourth quarter. This is where games are won and lost. But if it was me, I'd keep looking for DeLisi. He's gone quiet over the last few minutes, but you know, if we can get him for a couple threes, that can change the momentum entirely.
With 7:39 to play in the fourth, it's a 2-point game as Strawhacker made a bucket just a little bit ago. Three-pointer is no good from Kramer. Rebound by Woodley. Grant out to Lewis. Corner three. That's made it. They're going to call it.
It's a foul away from the ball, I believe, and they're going to.
So
what are they going to do with the basket?
They'll count the basket.
They will count the basket.
And it'll be 40-30.
And they're going to keep. That's the first time that I can remember an away from the ball foul happening, the basket counting, and the ball stays with Johnston, so they have a chance to go up by 9 points here.
Kramer. Whoa, that ball went around the world and went in. They put him up by 8 points instead, 34-42. 7:07 to play in the fourth. What a turnaround.
Yeah, what a turnaround for Johnston. They were down 4 points at halftime, and now they lead by 9.
DeLisi for three. Good! 37-42, and it's a 5-point game. 6:50 to play in the fourth. Downs with the steal, and he just barely keeps himself in bounds.
When I said 9 points, that was actually 8. I can't math.
DeLisi to Downs, 6.5 to play in the fourth.
Well, he wanted to
DeLisi.
shoot that.
I think he should have shot it too. Strawhacker to Brooks. He'll take the three instead. No! Would have been perfect for Ames as Grant keeps it alive as a pass to Kramer. And it's 6:10 to play in the fourth. And a timeout's taken by Johnston. Johnston has turned this game around, and we'll see if Ames can turn it right back around after this break. Keep right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. With 6:11 to play in the fourth, it's 37-42. Johnston with a chance to expand their lead. Grant in the corner. Kramer. Ball passed outside to Woodley, who can't lay it in. Actually, the ball goes out of bounds.
Yes, it does. I don't know if he was trying to aim at somebody, but that pass was errant.
With 6 minutes to play on the fourth, and it's Downs. Downs, who finds DeLisi. DeLisi to Downs again in the corner. Brooks wide open for three. No! Bounces around and is no good. Rocky will get it to Grant. Now it's Woodley at the right wing. Pass inside. Oh! How about that? And here's Woodley. Slap. Keyshawn Brooks slapped the glass.
He was
trying
trying
block
to
that shot.
block the shot.
DeLisi for three. And a timeout taken by the Little Cyclones. 40-44. So, lots going on.
Yeah,
sure.
We've had a lot going on. You know, it's a 4-point game now. It was 8 points earlier. It's 5 minutes, 16 seconds left. And if you're down by 4 points, I'd say probably have to start fouling with around 2 minutes to go because you really need all the time you can get. And I just think that Ames is going to push this game potentially into an overtime. We just need DeLisi. He's made 2 more threes now, and keep getting him from around the arc, and he'll be good.
And of course, it's good to foul Johnston because, as we've mentioned earlier, their weakness is free throw shooting. 55% as a team.
That's really low. It's uncommon, especially for a CIML team. And you look at the team like Ankeny Centennial. You know, they're good all around. They were extremely good when they came into Ames and won big. But, you know, Johnston, if they're able to follow their lackluster free throw percentage up with wins. I think that's kind of irrelevant, but at the same time, the wins are the only thing that matter.
Grant makes it a 6-point game on a layup with 4:50 to play in the fourth. DeLisi at the right wing. At the baseline now, Strawhacker. Strawhacker, Brooks for three. No! 3 3-pointers missed in a row by Brooks. And it is costing Ames badly. And Grant with the ball. Grant finds Rocky. 4:23 to play in the fourth. Underneath. Foul's called on DeLisi. Late call by the ref.
Yeah. I don't agree with that. I know the fan.
4:20 to play in the fourth. Woodley. He'll try and make the second one. That'll make it. 7-point game, 4:20 to play in the fourth. You got to start putting up the ball.
Yep. That's exactly what you got to do. And you got to move quickly as well. You know, you can't lose much clock time getting no points.
Downs.
Let's get it to DeLisi.
Strawhacker for three. No!
Ooh,
That one misses it.
Are they going to call an offensive foul there?
I think so. They're going to get Strawhacker. That puts him in foul trouble.
Yeah, they'll have to explain that to me. I don't understand. I thought it was going to be a defensive foul. Yes, he did come in between the two of them quite aggressively, but nobody had pure control of the ball.
I didn't really see what happened there as Woodley makes his first one, 48-40. 3:56 to go in the fourth, and now Johnston's starting to get closer and closer to coming away with it, as the second one's good as well. Now it's a 9-point game, just under 4 minutes to do and play in the fourth. What do you do?
I really don't know. You know, we've talked about the many game plan ideas that they've tried, but I really don't know where they go from here.
Oh, who was that Brooks who was trying to pass it?
Yeah.
I don't know who he was trying to pass to,
I
but
think he expected Strawhacker to be there, but Strawhacker had cut inside.
there was nobody where he was trying to pass to. Lewis.
An error you cannot afford to have here.
Foul is called. Ball will go the
back.
other way. Rocky doesn't like it, and that gives him 4 fouls.
Yeah, it's going to Rocky 4 fouls.
3:26 to play in the fourth. You got to start shooting. Downs. The ball is stolen. The ball is stolen by Kramer. He gets it to Woodley, who can't lay it in, and Phillips the rebound. With 3:05 to play in the fourth, Downs with the ball. Downs, no look pass to Strawhacker, and it backfires. And Johnston comes up with it. Grant. Pass to Lewis, who takes a three-pointer. No, rebound's going to be taken by no one. Ball goes out of bounds. It will go to Ames. There was a lot going on in that play.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. We had a good save on the defensive end by Johnston. Strawhacker, Brooks went to the floor trying to get that ball, and then the missed three-pointer. And you know, it's kind of crazy, and it's ball stolen again.
2:36 to play in the fourth. Johnston purposely playing slower at this point. Makes sense. You can just start using up more time. Gives Ames less time. And here's Lewis at the right wing. Grant near half court. Woodley at the top of the key. Now it's Rocky 2:05 to play in the fourth. Foul is called. Should be on. They're going to call it on Strawhacker.
That'll put him at 4.
That is his fourth.
So you got to be careful with him here.
1-1 for Rocky. First one is no good. With 2 minutes to play in the fourth, Downs and the little Cyclones will have to start taking a lot of threes.
Yeah, they got to start shooting.
Downs, Strawhacker. Pass was almost too strong. Ball is knocked out. Oh, Strawhacker touched it last as it went out of bounds.
That
is unfortunate.
Unfortunate, yes. That's the nicest way I can put it. Unfortunate. Go foul him. That's what
You
you
have to
should
start
do.
fouling.
They're just going to pass the ball around. That's all they're going to do.
Minute and a half to play in the fourth.
You have to be aggressive here and foul them.
You have to foul at this point. They're not.
And looks like DeLisi is going to get called for a reach in.
This is a team that's not very skilled at the foul line. As the timeout's taken, with a minute 21 to play in the fourth, I think you have to start fouling.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, you don't have much time to make this 9-point lead disappear. And, you know, it's really difficult to foul because you have so many guys that are at least 3 fouls. You've got Downs, who has 3. You've got Phillips has 3. If Phillips has 1, they're gonna throw it into the post and expect him to foul out for number 5. So no, last seconds, something's got to happen. Best you can hope for right now, I think, would be to push it to an overtime. Give yourself a chance to win.
3 3-pointers ties the game up. That's what I would go for if I were Vance Downs. That's what I'd be telling my players. Start fouling and start putting it up from beyond the arch. Deep pass to Lewis on the inbound, and it's 1:20 to play in the fourth. Foul's called. That's going to be on Phillips, who you don't want to foul out. 4 fouls for Phillips now. With how clutch he's been coming in.
Lewis does shoot only 56% from the free throw line. And was that
his feet were on the free throw line.
An offensive lane violation, I think, was called.
Which means that first shot will not count. But the second one will, and it makes it a 10-point game with 1:17 to play in the fourth. Downs not touching the ball. Now it's DeLisi. Brooks driving for the hole. Makes it. 50-42 with a minute 7 to play in the fourth. And a foul is called. Downs with 4 fouls. Oh, boy. Downs in foul trouble. Strawhacker, rather, in foul trouble. Phillips in foul trouble. This isn't a very good situation for Ames as Lewis misses his first one. We'll go for another one, and that will make it. A 9-point game with a minute 7 to play in the fourth. Downs to DeLisi. Oh, the ball is stolen. What a steal by Grant. Rocky now has it. Lewis. Fouled by DeLisi.
How in the world did he hold on to that?
I have no idea.
It looked right here like he was gonna drop it out of bounds. But that is incredible ball control. Holy Moses. Free throws right here could seal it.
That makes it a 10-point game with 56.2 to play in the fourth. And that could be your ball game. Unless Downs and the little Cyclones can really hurry up and just hope that they don't make their foul shots. And that is Phillips with the basket. Timeouts taken by Ames. It's a 9-point game. 19 points for Phillips, by the way. And it's not impossible.
It's just very unlikely.
Exactly.
Yeah. We haven't given up hope yet, you know. Phillips has played well. He's got 4 fouls. And the rest of the team combined has 25. I think that's a message to say that, you know, Phillips is going to need some more backup. He's going to need other guys who are scoring double digits consistently to, you know, become more of a solid contender. Not saying that they aren't, but it would definitely raise Ames's game and better their record.
Now just 47 seconds left in the fourth. Grant will inbound for the Dragons. Lewis. Cole attack. Junior number 10 who checked in a few seconds ago. Fouls. 44.7 seconds to play in the fourth. Lewis will go to the line. First one will make it. 10-point game. .7 seconds to play in the fourth. For the 11-point game, it's in. 55-44. DeLisi driving for the hole. Can't lay it in. Here's Grant. Almost left completely wide open as he drove for the hole, and foul will be called on Strawhacker. He's done.
Strawhacker, yep. I thought Phillips was going to initially foul.
Oh, it is Phillips.
They are going to call Phillips.
Nevertheless, he is done.
And Kraft will come right back off the bench.
Kraft will head into the Ames lineup. Grant misses his first shot. 29.4 seconds to play in the fourth. Second one will miss as well. Out of bounds.
He missed the entire basket.
At least he hit the net. Brooks. 18.9 seconds to play in the fourth, and Grant will inbound for Johnston. Lewis, pass to Proctor, fouled by Kraffel. 14.8 seconds to go in the fourth. And at this point now, this game just seems out of reach.
Yeah. No, Ames, mind you, they had a 4-point lead at the half. And, you know, they just unfortunately couldn't finish the job. But I think this is a good learning experience for Ames. You know, this is tough competition. And this game's just not over yet.
Fouled on his way to the hole, was unable to lay it in. That's 2 fouls for Kramer. Brooks' first one from the line, no good. With 9.5 to play in the fourth. Brooks will try a second one from the line. And that one misses as well.
kind of been a summary of Ames's night tonight. You know, just can't hit in the second half.
It's been 5 years since Ames has won against Johnston, and that trend did not break tonight. 57-44, your final score here from Ames High Gymnasium. Well, we'll be right back with post-game thoughts. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. The boys and the girls for the Little Cyclones lost the doubleheader against the Johnston Dragons. We've already shared post-game thoughts about the girls' game. What about this guys' game?
Well, Ames had it early, and they just let it slip away. That third quarter was really a turning point where Johnston was able to capitalize and get a lot more points in that quarter. I think they scored more points in that third quarter than they did in the entire first half. But that's really what swung the momentum. A couple threes here and there, and just consistent scoring and good driving in on the post. Won them this game.
Simple case of they had it and then they lost it, in my opinion. I mean, they had a lead that Johnston just couldn't overtake, and then Johnston did overtake it, and Ames couldn't get the lead back.
No, they just I think they ran out of gas there that third quarter, and you could tell, especially I think one of the big turning points is when Phillips went from having 1 foul to 3 in the span of about 2 seconds, and you know that put him on being a lot more conservative and a lot more careful. He wasn't able to drive the post as well, but regardless, I think you know simple as you got to move on. You know, put this game behind you. Go to Marshalltown, big rivalry game on Tuesday night in Marshalltown. It'll be a hostile environment, and if you can get out of there with a win, come back here, play Dowling Catholic next Friday, you should be all set for the postseason.
Heartbreak for Caroline Waite, who is now 6-0 against Maya McDermott.
0-6.
0-6 against Maya McDermott. Maya McDermott is 6-0 against her, rather. And Ames, winless in the past 5 years against the Johnston Dragons on the boys' side. And that'll do it. Final score of the boys' game, 57-44. Here's the rest of our broadcasts for the rest of the year. All times are Central and PM. They'll be right here on AHS Sports Network. Next week, the final girls' game of the AHS Sports Network basketball season, as it'll be a girls and boys doubleheader, the last one of the season, against Dowling Catholic. And then the boys will have a few more games after that. February 18th against Waukee. February 21st against Des Moines East. But for now, that's going to do it here for AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. I'm Carter White.
I'm Ryan Eggert.
The voices of your Ames High Little Cyclones, signing off.